So this is a complete guide to letter of consent processing in Singapore. So in this video, I will explain you all about LOC scheme and what needs to be done here. So let's proceed ahead, and this is the agenda. What is the letter of consent and its purpose? Eligibility to get LOC. Long-term visit past confusion about LOC. What documents are required and steps involved? Benefits of LOC. Limitations of LOC. What is a pre-approved letter of consent? And renewals. And along with this, I am also going to handle few frequently asked questions. So let's begin. So the first question is, what is a letter of consent? So letter of consent, or LOC in short form, is a work visa which is given to dependent pass holder or some classes of LTVP holders. So what happens is, when a person relocates to Singapore on employment pass, he or she will obviously bring their dependents along with them. So the dependents can include spouse and also unmarried children. So what happens is, sometimes these spouses who relocate to Singapore on dependent path typically tend to have some skills in demand in Singapore. And since these people are already in Singapore, maybe it is better for Singapore economy that they work in some of these in-demand industries and create some value and also earn some money for themselves. So with this view, the concept of LOC has been introduced, and it is a simplified visa which is provided to the dependent pass holders so that they can work in various companies in Singapore. So when the LOC is processed for them, they will get a notification from Ministry of Manpower which looks like this, and which will say that your LOC has been approved and it is valid up to this date. So the next question then is, who is eligible to get letter of consent? So a dependent pass holder who is a dependent of an employment pass, entry pass or personalized employment pass is eligible to get LOC. Also LTVP, long term visit pass, or LTVP plus. So there is another class, or there used to be another class called LTVP plus. So any of these visa holders who are married to Singaporean or permanent resident are eligible. And an unmarried child under 21 years old who is of an Singapore citizen or a permanent resident and who holds an LTVP is qualified to get LOC. So one thing to remember here, if you are a dependent of S pass holder, then you are not qualified to get LOC. So in that circumstances, even if you get a job offer, you will not be able to take benefit of it. So moving on to the next slide then, there is some confusion about LTVP because there are two types of LTVP, and let's understand about this. In case of an employment pass applicant, their legally married spouse and unmarried children under 21 years of old qualify for dependent pass. And their common law spouse, that means if it is not a legally registered marriage but it is a live-in relationship, or any other dependents, that is children who are above 21 years old, or unmarried stepchildren under 21 years old, or unmarried handicapped children qualify for LTVP pass, long term visit pass. At the same time, for a Singapore citizen or a permanent resident, his spouse and children below 21 years of age and parents qualify for LTVP pass. So out of this, the LTVP passes of an employment pass holder, that is LTVP passes who are dependent on employment pass holder, are not qualified to get LOC. Only the dependent pass holders and the LTVP pass holders of a Singapore citizen or a PR, spouse and unmarried child, are qualified to get dependent pass. So understand this difference carefully, because sometimes people presume that LTVP is allowed means LTVP dependents of employment pass holder are also allowed, which is not correct. So moving on to the next slide then, what are the documents required for filing LOC? Frankly speaking, there are not many documents required for LOC because majority of the documents are already available with Ministry of Manpower. Like your employment pass copy or your passport copy is already available. So what if you are processing this thing through us, then what we need is LOC form filled up and signed, your dependent pass copy and passport copy. This is for our record and to ensure that we are processing it for the correct person. Generally, education certificates are also not required. Only a declaration is required, but in some exceptional cases, Ministry of Manpower may ask for these details. So the process is quite simple. We will file the letter of consent application in EPOL, Employment Pass Online System, which will then print out the form, and the form needs to be signed by the candidate and the company director. Processing time is usually 1 week. So once it is filed, after 7 or 8 days, calendar days, the results will be out. So what are the benefits and limitations of letter of consent? So the benefits are there is no minimum salary requirement or salary ceiling. Company can give any salary it feels appropriate and can go for LOC application. There are no advertising requirements like in case of employment pass holders. So you don't have to advertise in job bank. LOCs are considered to be as a locally available candidate. LOC generally gets approved. I have not really seen LOC getting rejected. Of course, if there is something wrong with your application, like your documents are questionable or your background has some negative thing, then in that case it may not get approved. But generally LOCs are not rejected. And there is no quota for how many employees you can have on LOC. Like in case of S-Pass, you need some minimum local Singaporean employees. So that kind of quota is not there. Now coming to the negative part or the limitations of LOC, the first important limitation is that it is tied to the main employment pass. That means anything happens to the main employment pass, LOC will also get impacted. For example, if the main employment pass holder decides to change the job, then his employment pass will get cancelled. Obviously, dependent pass will get cancelled. And so obviously the LOC will get also cancelled. And then after applying for the new employment pass, new dependent pass will be issued and new LOC will need to be applied. Similarly, if the main employment pass applicant, if he loses the job, then obviously dependent pass will also get cancelled and you will not be able to have that employee then. The employee will have to go back to his or her home country. The second problem which I have seen, which is not really related to these procedures and framework, but sometimes the quality issues can arise in the candidates you hire on LOC. What happens is many of these dependents or spouses, they tend to be out of job for quite some time, like for a year or two. So obviously they are not really very accustomed to working in the corporate life for 8 hours a day and 5 days a week. So you might experience some quality issues or adjustment issues at least initially, and as a company you should be ready for that. Now the next point here is what is a pre-approved letter of consent. So pre-approved letter of consent is a special type of LOC which is issued in the personal name. So for normal LOC, a company has to file the application and company becomes the sponsor. But in case of pre-approved LOC, it is issued in the personal name and a company sponsor is not required. It is kind of already approved. It is a kind of approval given to the person to do any work in Singapore. This is very similar to personalized employment pass, but this concept is on the letter of consent side. Now, one of the benefit of pre-approved letter of consent is it is then easier to get a job because you can just walk into any company and give the interview, and if they are happy with your performance, then they can give you the offer letter and you can start working. They don't have to file anything, and because all these procedures are not required, companies are also happy to offer the job in case you have pre-approved letter of consent. So who gets the pre-approved letter of consent? So we have seen in case of employment pass applicant, there are dependent pass holders and there can be also LTVP pass holders. And again, in case of Singapore citizens, there are LTVP pass holders. So pre-approved LOC is available only for the dependent spouse and the children below 21 years old who are related to the Singapore citizen or PR. So the dependents or LTVP holders of an employment pass holder are not eligible to get pre-approved LOC. Renewal of LOC is generally a straightforward process and there's nothing complex about it. When the letter of consent is about to expire, Ministry of Manpower will send the company a notification saying that such and such LOC is due for expiry. You can just log into EPOL and renew that LOC, and renewal generally will not pose any problem. So now I'm going to handle some of the frequently asked questions about LOC. So are LOC difficult to get? Do they get rejected? That is the first question. So generally LOCs are not very difficult to get if the job is of a reasonable type and the employee has reasonable background. Then there is no reason why it should get rejected, because there are no qualifying criteria or there are no case to case basis approvals here. The next question is slightly tricky. Can I start a business while on LOC? Can I register a company or sole proprietorship? So this is a bit tricky one because there have been changes in the policy I have seen. At some point of time, this was allowed, and people were even allowed to do a very small business without any employees on a sole proprietorship, like running a cake shop, not cake shop, but from home based cake or cooking businesses were allowed. But recently, Ministry of Manpower, I guess, changed some of these policies and this is no more allowed. So please check with us what is the current status if you are interested in this. What is the processing time for LOC application? So processing time for LOC application is 7 days. So once you file it, within 7 days you will get the result. So in summary, LOC is a work authorization for dependent pass holders who are already in Singapore, and the process of application, approval, etc. is relatively simple.
Thank you for watching this video. This video was brought to you by Epica Consulting Singapore. Subscribe to our channel today to get notified when new videos are posted.